Okay, hello. This is Voice Dr. Cashflow Mindset Mentor. I am coming to you today with an exciting, educated form that most Americans do not have filled out properly. And guess what that is called? The W-4. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be talking about today. 80% of Americans do not have that form filled out properly. And guess what's happening? They're leaving a lot of money on the table where they are just struggling monthly when they really don't have to. So I want to be able to go over how you need to fill out the form properly, the purpose, the credits. Briefly, I'll share that information and we'll go through this together. So if you want, go ahead and get a pen and paper and go through this with me. So, as you can see on the screen, we have the Form W-4 2018. 2018 form has changed just a little bit, not too much, but it is important to stay up to date with the changes and to make sure you have the proper allowances that you need. So I'm going to jump right in. Before we get started, I am a cash flow mindset mentor, and I call myself a billionaire because I'm always open-minded to learning on finances and making sure that I'm not missing any money. I'm always increasing my cash flow, and I'm always having opportunities set before me to learn so I can help educate others. So I am a testimony to properly adjusting my W-4, and I want to put it out there that it is true. You can legally claim what is due to you. Okay? So if we see here on Form W-4 2018, I want to go over the purpose of this form. So we're going to read that section together because a lot of you guys will not even read this portion of the form. So we're going to do that really quick together. So the purpose is to complete Form W-4. So to complete Form W-4 so that your employer can withhold the correct federal income tax from your pay. Did you guys hear that? They said so that your employer can withhold the correct federal income tax amount, okay? Because a lot of people are just letting the, government keep a big portion of their money until the end of the year. They're investing in it. They're getting the interest from the investment, and guess what you get from the investment? Nada. Okay, so you want to go ahead and get your money up front instead of waiting at the end of the year for a refund. All that is your money being pretty much held up until the end of the year. Why not get it monthly? Okay, so that's what that form is about. The purpose of it is to make sure you're getting all the money that rightfully belongs to you. Okay, so on this page, of course, you have all the definitions of what you are allowed to claim, do, refuse, whatever the case may be. So right here, it says Form W-4. This is the section where you're going to fill out your general information, okay? Main important part would be, of course, if you're single or married but withhold at a higher single rate. So you want to select your scenario. I'm going to do a scenario, not based off of me, not based off of you. Some of you it may apply to, but on my end, I'm going to do a single mother, one child, one job. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put single in number 3. In number 3. And then I had this filled out because I did it earlier, so excuse me. Alrighty. So I'm going to put single because that's what my scenario is going to be. Please note that as you are following along, your scenario may be different. So you want to answer accordingly. Keep that in mind. Alrighty. So once you fill out your general information, we put single in there. We're going to go ahead and jump down to page 3 because that's where your worksheet begins. You have letter A. We're going to do line for line. So personal allowances worksheet. Keep for your records, okay? And we'll go over that at the end of the video today. So in letter A, it says enter 1 for yourself. So I kind of filled this out, got started ahead of you guys. I put 1 for myself, so that's what you will put. So just claim yourself, right? That's fun. Letter B, enter 1 if you will file as married, filing jointly. In my scenario, she's single, right? So that's not going to be for me. I'm going to go ahead and put 0 in letter B. In letter C, it says enter 1 if you will file as head of household. Head of household is when you are making a certain amount of money and you're paying 50% of the household expenses. If you are single or unmarried, you can claim head of household. So go ahead and fill in that information. I went ahead and put 1 in case that's her scenario with the 1 child, 1 job. And then in letter D, enter 1 if you're single or married, filing separately and have only 1 job. That'll be my case, right? You're single or married, filing separately and have only 1 job. So I would put 1 that pertains to me. But for those of you who that does not pertain to, let's read on. You're married, filing jointly, have only 1 job, and your spouse does not work. Or your wages from a second job or your spouse's wages or the total of both are at least $1,500 or less. So if any of that applies to you, go ahead and enter 1 in letter D, okay? And we want to go ahead and go to letter E, child tax credit. So before it was at where you can claim, I believe it was like 2 for the dependent, but now they have it where the allowances went up to 4, and it's not really a big change on the 4. The numbers just went up, but the scale is pretty much the same. So with me, I have 1 child in my scenario, right? So I want to go ahead and put 4 because I make less than $69,000. So this is based off your income annually and how many dependents you have. So in my case, I'm going to go ahead and say I make less than the $69,000. Okay, and then just read on to the next bullets for your own scenario and own situation and submit your allowances accordingly. In her case, she has 1 child, so she gets to claim 4 allowance credits. Okay. And then in letter F, it says credit for other dependents. So this is for if you're taking care of other people, you have other rights and rules and things like that, you know, rights to dependents. You can go to irs.gov to look up this information to see what qualifies you, or you can go to page 1 to better understand what that means exactly and if you are able to claim anything other than your children. Okay? So in letter F, I'm going to put 0 because I'm not, you know, I just said I'm taking care of 1 dependent. In letter G, other credits. If you have other credits, see worksheet 1 through 6 of Pub 505. Enter the amount from the worksheet here. So a lot of people don't understand that you can be able to have the opportunity to claim other credits. I'm going to go up to the irs.gov page for you so you can see for yourself where to look at where you fit in. Okay, so you want to go to credits and deductions. When you put in irs.gov, go to credits and deductions. Once you go there, go ahead on your left hand side and select individuals. Here is where it's going to share with you, you know, your credits and what opportunities you have to be able to claim here. So they have family independent credits, income and saving credits, homeowner credits, healthcare credits, education credits, so forth and so on. So you can be able to see that, hey, something can actually work for me if, you know, I claimed exempt or if I claimed all these allowances, but I have credits to go towards it as well. So you can actually end up in a good situation or a good spot with credit. So keep that in mind. Go ahead and go to irs.gov and go to that section there so you can know the amount that they're telling you to put down from the worksheet that you tallied up off their site. Okay, that'll be in letter G. For now, I went ahead and put 0 for my case and just keeping it simple with that single mother, 1 child, 1 job. Okay, so on letter H, you have add lines A through G and enter the total. And enter the total there. So from A through G, me tallying up everything that I have so far, 1, 2, 3, on top of the 4, that equals 7. So my allowances so far equals 7. Okay, so right here in this section below, it says for accuracy, complete all worksheets that apply. If you plan to itemize or claim adjustments to income and want to reduce your withholding, or if you have a large amount of non-wage income and want to increase your withholding, see the deductions, adjustments, and additional income worksheet below. So that'll be below. Or If you have more than one job at a time or married filing jointly and you and your spouse both work and our combined earnings from all jobs exceeds this amount of money, which you'll be able to read, you can go ahead and go to page 4 to avoid having to pay too little tax or having too little tax withheld, from your check. If neither of the above situations apply, stop here, enter the number from line H, and go ahead and go to your very first page and go to line number 5 on that W-4 form where I told you to put your general information and put letter H's number on line 5. So what I'm going to do is say, hey, if neither of the above situation applies to me, stop here and go to the first page. So in my case, that's what I'm going to do and stop here and go ahead and go to page 1. Okay. So right here in line 5, I'm going to put 7. Let's kind of just go over, 6 and 7 so that we can kind of get an understanding of why you should, claim exempt or why you should not, because that'll be in box 7. Okay. So in 5, I put 7, and let's just read line 6. Additional amount, if any, you want withheld from each paycheck. I would not suggest that you keep money from your paychecks if you absolutely don't have to. So I'm, in this case, going to go ahead and put 0. In box 7, it says, I claim exemption from withholding for 2018, and I certify that I meet both of the following conditions for exemption. You guys, a lot of people are filling out exemption when it does not, that's not for you. You can get in trouble for that. That'll backfire. So what I want to do is go ahead and read over the exemption rules and regulations so you know if this applies to you. If it does not, I need you to go to work immediately and fill this out properly and make sure that everything is done legally, because you do not want those problems with the IRS, okay? So if we go to exemption, it reads right here, exemption from withholding. You may claim exemption from withholding for 2018 if both of the following apply. So 1, for 2017, you had a right to a refund of all federal income tax withheld because you had no tax liability. That's one way you can claim exempt. The other is, for 2018, you expect a refund of all federal income tax withheld because you expect to have no tax liability. Okay? You got to keep in mind that just because somebody tells you just do exempt, they're not going to take as much or whatever the case may be. You want to follow what's right so that you don't get in trouble and regret later doing what you did. Okay? So that is the W-4 form. Last thing I want to share is right here where it says separate here and give form W-4 to your employer. Keep the worksheets for your records. This is for your records. So definitely store up this information for your eyes only so you can know, okay, this is what I claimed, and this is why I claimed it. So if you were a business person and you went on, you had multiple jobs and you went on, or you filed jointly and went on, by all means necessary, keep every sheet so that if they were to question anything, you have why you have it. You have the information you need to show why you claimed what you claimed. Okay? Nowadays, in 2018, your jobs are not asking for the paper form anyway. They're telling you to go ahead and log on to your payroll system and go to, your tax withholding and just enter in the number. So you'll see entering your number electronically, the allowance number, and then you put in if you want any more money withheld. Those are usually the 2 questions, and they'll ask you for your marital status. So marital status, the allowance that you're claiming, and how much more money would you like withheld. You do not have to put anything there if you do not want them to keep more of your money for whatever reason. Okay? So hopefully this was helpful for you. Keep this sheet, of course, like I said. By all means necessary, reach out to me if you jumped on from my page or, wherever you're tuning in from, or reach out to the person that's a part of my econ, because this is the first strategy that we teach you on finances, on how to reach financial success. We always want to make sure you're not leaving money on the table and that you get what you deserve. Okay, if you have questions or you're ready to get started to learn more strategies on becoming debt free, adjusting your W-4, retiring early, anything like that that has to do with finances, reach out to me. Do not be afraid, and I will get you set up and straight on the path of financial success. I will see you on the screens. Have a great day.